of the top defensive linemen / edge rushers in the country in the state of Alabama, both in the top 25 nationally, regardless of position, Jaquavious Russaw and James Smith.
Yeah, those are guys who have been down for unofficial visits. Talked about them quickly. Russaw has a teammate who committed to Alabama or somewhere or something. It was like a defensive end, defensive tackle kind of buddy pair. Happens all the time. But yeah, no, both of those guys are on Miami's radar. And, I think it's reasonable to assume that the best players in America are all on Miami's radar. We'll see, which way they try to go to build the roster. There's other concerns about, projection. And you do also have to have a measure of people management skills, in there as well. So you're talking about, fitting in the locker room and things like that, which is not necessarily the primary concern, but you don't want a team, a locker room full of jerks. And I mean that in the derogatory way, not the hashtag let's be jerks, tongue-in-cheek fun way. Sorry, that just made me think of a previous recruit issue and everything. But I know there's that. But yeah, those guys are on Miami's radar, and other guys are on too.
I don't know the level of competition here, but with Jaquavious Russaw, 130 tackles this past season, 27.5 tackles for loss, and 16 sacks.
Even with a low caliber of competition, those are still monster numbers. And for those who are wondering, how many tackles for loss was that? 27.5?
Yes.
Ruben Bain had 29.5 sacks at Miami Central last year. Not even tackles for loss. So you're talking about Jaquavious Russaw, who's an All-American, and Ruben Bain had more sacks than that gentleman had tackles for loss total. So, yeah.
Playing in Montgomery, Alabama, pretty solid metropolitan area. I'm guessing it's pretty high caliber competition, would be my guess. Ocala Kane, Cam, who are your top 3 running backs behind this new and improved offensive line?
I mean, the answer is yes, because I think that you're going to have 4, just all 4 of them are going to play. Obviously Don Chaney, I think is the best back on the roster at this point, but he's been a little bit injury prone with the shoulder, but he's immensely talented. Henry Parrish comes over from Ole Miss, where he had a couple of years of 500 yards rushing or more. From Miami Columbus High School, is his alma mater. So that's another guy who's going to play. Jalen Knighton's obviously going to play. Thad Franklin is a load. I mean, 6'3", 240. 6'1", 240. He's not 6'3". But he's a big dude. I mean, if you got, you're more balanced back in Chaney, who's, over 200 pounds, Parrish is a slasher. But he's not that big. Then you got Knighton, who's a speed merchant. And then you got this dump truck coming in, this Mack truck. We've been trying to tackle these other dudes, and they run physically. Like Jalen Knighton and Henry Parrish, they might be a little bit slighter of frame, but they run with some oomph behind them. Cool. Now we're going to put them on the sideline, bringing the guy who's another 40 pounds heavier. Have fun. I think they're all going to play. I think they all have a role. And I think this camp is going to determine who's where on the depth chart. But I think all of them have value. And I think we're going to see that value on the field.